Hey, everybody. Hi, this is Leanne, the weight loss diva, Leanne Sims. It's so great to have some of you guys logged on. Thank you for joining us. We know this was kind of a impromptu online Google Hangout, and we're so glad that you were able to join us. So for tonight, I have the wonderful, the illustrious Dr. Chuck Morris here.
I'll let you see him. It's having crew get better.
So Chuck is a health and wellness coach, fitness trainer to the stars, and just an amazing person all around. If you were at my book launch for The Weight Loss Diva, Chuck was there as well. So for tonight, the purpose for tonight is to spend a little bit of time as we lead up into Turkey Day on Thursday to give you some tips on how to stay lean and mean and fabulous on the next couple of days leading up to the holidays. So first, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. We'll try to keep you for maybe a half an hour at the most, but we want to use this time to be a dialogue. So before I get into it, for those of you who have Twitter or on Facebook, you could go to my Facebook page, Weight Loss Diva, or go onto Twitter and use the hashtag Weight Loss Diva. And we'll have Janelle or Crystal, the publicist team, track your questions, and then we'll make sure we kind of get your questions through that way. Does that sound like a plan? I can't see your chat, so I just assume it's yes. Or you can email me if you have my email, which is leannwillis@gmail.com. That's LEEANN Willis@gmail.com. And I'll pull your questions throughout the chat. So please be sure to send them. So as I mentioned, my name is Leanne Willis Sims. For those of you who don't know me, I just published a book called Weight Loss Diva. Weight Loss Diva is an acronym that stands for Discipline, Inspiration, Victory, and Acceptance. And the book is all about my health and fitness journey. I lost 140 pounds, gained it all back, became a statistic, but I'm here to start the journey again. And the person who's on the call today is somebody who has helped me immensely to just be comfortable with who I am and has really kind of walked with me on this journey. So he is here tonight to engage us in a dialogue about what we can do to stay fit around the holidays. So sound like a plan? So we're going to get into it. So as I mentioned, DIVA is an acronym. D stands for discipline. So tonight we're going to talk all about discipline. And as you can see, this is a pilot hangout. It's free, and we want to do a few more of these. So we're going to work through some technical glitches. It's okay. Just forgive me in advance, and we'll make it happen for the next time. So without further ado, I'm going to throw the microphone over to Chuck, and I'll give him maybe like a 2-minute speed drill, Chuck. And tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do. The joke around the 2-minute speed drill is I just met with a trainer who broke me. He did all these fitness tests and my back hurt. So Chuck is telling me now how to correct that. So I'm going to turn over to Chuck.
Well, Leanne, thank you so much. Yeah, that 2-minute drill, we're going to talk about him later. But for everybody that's on the call and the hangout, glad you guys are here. We're excited about it. Snapshot about me. I like long walks in the park. Oh, wait, that's the other. Okay. So health and fitness coach for about 15 years now. I did my part when Philadelphia was named the fattest city in the nation. I was also named with Gwen Foster, the fitness czar, to help get the city from the fattest to the fittest city in the nation. Been doing this for almost 20 years now. Celebrity trainer, Grammy Award winning clients, NFL, NBA players, all the super cool stuff. I think our greatest attributes is probably our cancer patients, our 1,500 people that we help get in the best shape of their life, and great clients like Leanne that have made this a journey. So our objective is just to help them with the journey, come alongside them, and just help them get in the best shape of their life for the rest of their life. So I'm crazy. I love it. I eat it. I sleep it. I dream it. And you don't have to, because I do. So the plan is just to borrow some of my discipline. So that's my 2-minute drill.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Chuck. So as you can tell, he's definitely qualified to have this conversation with us. So let's get right into it. We're leading up to Turkey Day. The other day was actually my husband's birthday, and I think I ate more cake than he did. So I need this desperately. And right. I want to get right as we move on to the holidays. Every holiday, I gain a good 7 pounds. So I want to make sure that doesn't happen. I want to stay on this healthy journey. And I'm sure other people who are listening want to do the same thing. So one of the questions I just have is, as you work with your clients, what are some of the biggest hurdles that you see from them, the biggest complaints you hear from them around the holiday season about trying to stay fit?
Well, I think, interesting enough, it's time. So the holidays come around and everybody thinks that they have no time to do anything, and we get this undue stress on ourselves, and our stress levels go up, and we start freaking out about everything. You know, how the house looks, where people are going to sleep, and what house we're going to go to. And I think one of the things that we discount is just your stress levels going up and how that affects your body. So I tell people, just take it easy. It's easy like Sunday morning. Don't overcomplicate life. It has enough issues on its own. We don't have to add stuff into it. The reality of it is there going to be food? Yes. Is everybody going to eat? Yes. Are we all going to act silly, be having a decision? Yes. So everything else doesn't really count. So just relax. If you bring your stress levels down and don't overcomplicate the experience, you know, these holidays are about us being together, being thankful, not about, you know, how did everybody like my house? Was the turkey dry? If the turkey's dry, that's why we have gravy. Don't overthink it. You know, are the kids going to have fun, or we're going to just bring your stress levels down, which will then in return bring down your cortisol levels in your body, which will cause your body to not go into a state of storing as much fat just from you eating regular stuff that you would have been eating every day. Just try not to stress as much. And it sounds easy, but it is easy because it's a decision. So, you know, things that you can't control, don't worry about it. Things that you can't control, have fun with it. And you'll be amazed that it doesn't matter what you eat, just from you being less stressed. That's one of the first things that, you know, we try to attack with our people, just time and the stress level going up.
And I love that. And I definitely feel you on the stress level thing. I think with work and family and all those things, it's like during the end of the year, everybody is trying to, I just turned you on YouTube. So the stress, you know, everybody's trying to rush and get everything done that they can in the next 40 days of the year, however many days we have left. So I never really thought about how that can just help you to pack on the pounds too. So it's a really good point. You know, even in dealing with stress and working out, can you talk to us about how exercising really helps reduce your stress level? And maybe if you have a thought on a couple of exercises or stretches that people should do to reduce stress?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's countless studies that show that exercise and how it affects your brain, how it affects your mood. It's the reason why people get happy after they exercise. It relieves stress. It releases endorphins in your brain that make you happy. So, you know, that's known. Some people may not know it, but that's proven. It can't be disputed that exercising, which is basically you just getting up and being active, for lack of a better term, gets your body going, gets your brain going, and it helps you be happier. So one of the things that I tell people do, or especially over the holidays, is just take that 20-minute walk. If you take a 20-minute walk, do something for 20 minutes to get your body up and moving instead of sleeping in extra, you know, and then try to lay down every time you get a chance, and then just trying to be still. If you just get up and move a little bit, that's going to help. And to that end, I guarantee you, during the holiday, everybody's going to sit down and everybody's going to stand up. So what you do is you go to the supermarket while you buying all your food, buy 1 gallon of water, right? Don't open it. You take that 1 gallon of water and you hold it like a baby, right? So you hold that 1 gallon of water like a baby, sit down in a chair, and then stand back up. Sit down in a chair and stand back up. Just do that let's say if you do it early in the morning, just do that about 20 times, quick pace. It's going to get your whole heart going. It's going to get your lungs going. It's going to get your blood moving in your body. It's going to help bring you alive. It's a great exercise. And when you feel real good about the water, you sit down, you stand up with the water, and then you press it all the way above your head. So if you were the water, you're going to sit down, they're going to stand up. They're going to sit down, they're going to stand up. They're going to push it up in the air. See, this is you the water. And then you come back down. And then you go back up because you the water. And then you back down. So if you do that, I guarantee you do that 10 or 15 times, all of a sudden you're sweating a little bit. You got a little glaze going on in the head if you bald like me. Your heart is pumping. And guess what? You're exercising and you have a good time. And you can do that while your favorite song is on, put on a show, or do what I do and just freak your spouse out. Just do it while they're talking to you. Just like in the middle of the conversation, just start doing squats. It throws everybody off. Like whatever they talking about, they won't be able to finish it. Like, why are you squatting? No, go ahead, I'm listening. And then just squat. See? While we talking.
Chuck, I love it. So would you say like during a couple commercial breaks for a half an hour show or something?
Yeah, just when the commercial comes on, just stand up and sit down. But when you sit down, put a chair behind you. In case, unless you got one of them buttons that say I fall and I can't get up, because you don't want to miscalculate that.
Right.
You know, have that chair to make you feel better about it.
I love it. So we do have a question that came through from the audience. So talk about portion control. Do you recommend portion control on Thanksgiving Day? What happens in the Morris household on Thanksgiving Day? Do you go in? I mean, keep it real, Chuck.
Listen to me.
What would you recommend to people?
The reason why I train so hard is because I love food. Okay, sometimes I just take food, I just hug it. Okay,
the truth comes out.
Yes, hug the food. Love food. Food is not your enemy. It's just how much of it we eat and when do we eat it. So for the holiday, for us, it's not that complicated. So my daughters get to pick what they want because my wife is super awesome. So as an example, my middle daughter wants fried fish. Now, that may not be Thanksgiving for nobody else, but in the Moore's house, it's fried fish. Baby girl want candy yams, it's going to be candy yams. So I might tell them what they might want to ask their mom sometime, but don't focus on that. So in the Morris household, we go in. So when we say portion control, here's my theory. Now, this is my holiday portion control, okay? Just fill your plate. Now, this sounds crazy, but just fill the plate. When stuff is oozing off the side and you got to push stuff over to put other stuff on, and then it's kind of going on top, and that's too much. Anytime you're doing Tetris with your plate, that's just too much. That's all I'm saying. It's the holiday, so have a good time. But when you're doing Tetris with your plate, that's your indication there's no food. That's enough. So just fill the plate and walk away. Put the plate down, walk away. Walk away from the spoon, put the serving spoon down. So that by itself, and don't go back more than twice. That's it. Okay, you get a 1, and then you get a 2. And that's it. 1 and 2.
1 and 2. All right, you heard it here first. So I heard fill your plate. It's okay. But don't go back more than twice. Don't play Tetris with your plate. Don't let it ooze. Just fill your plate. 2 times. That's it.
That's it.
I think I can handle that. I think I can handle that.
You can totally do it.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. All right, so another question. How much water should you drink every day? Oh, I got another question before I say that. So you mentioned something about the time of day that you eat. On Thanksgiving, would you say, hey, eat a little bit earlier, don't eat any. So what I usually do is I just don't eat anything else besides Thanksgiving dinner. Is that why? Should you do that?
Ideally, no, because what's going to happen is if you don't eat anything up until Thanksgiving, usually what happens is you're in a state of starvation. So quite honestly, 2 things are going to happen. You're going to get bloated fast. And then whatever you put into your body will turn into fat faster because you have that small window of starvation because the number of hours of not eating. So ideally, I would do the opposite. So I would get up in the morning, have my regular meal, and then like 2 hours before I'm going to eat whatever my Thanksgiving meal is, I have something light so that my body will be in burn fat mode. So I'll eat my breakfast, I'll eat my lunch, and then I'll do something light so that by the time I Thanksgiving dinner and I sit at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever, my body is in rhythm of burning fat. as opposed to waiting that entire time and then you just dive in. And also you're gonna eat more than you really want, because that's just how we're wired, So I would definitely, excuse me, not wait. I would just, almost have a regular day, but just 2 hours earlier, it's something light. And if you can add something light that's green, that's gonna be even better. That's gonna help, just the flow of everything being regular. Then you go into Thanksgiving ready to rock.
Chuck, these are great tips because it's actually everything opposite of what I thought. So,
that's a good tip.
Dispelling myths. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'll go to the next question, which was how much water should you drink every day? So not just around the holidays, but in general, we hear 64 ounces of water a day. And then I've also heard you drink 64 ounces plus a percentage of how much you weigh. Like there's so many different things out there. What should we do?
Yeah, I try to demystify things and not make it too complicated, and also not do something that's not realistic for people. So for me, most of us, if you just drink a gallon of water a day, for most people, that's a significant change. And it's enough of a significant change to really change your health. So people go through all these different ways to try to do that. And I'm just old school. I get a gallon of water and I carry it around. I sit it at my desk, and when it's gone, guess what I did? I drink a gallon of water. And then I know that I drink it instead of 20 cups, and I have too many ADDs and stuff. I don't have that kind of patience. So I just take a gallon of water, and sometimes I put some lemon or something like that in it. And when it's gone, I hit my goal for the day. So I try to, get through that gallon. Now I know sometimes ladies don't want a gallon of water a day. I mean, I'm not saying you got to drink out of the jug, but just have it in the desk like it's down here, and you pour it in your cup and just walk through it. But just 1 gallon a day for most people is significant enough for change to bring your hydration levels up, to have all kinds of health benefits for your kidneys, for your lymph nodes. A lot of times people have back pain and they think the back pain is how they're sleeping and stuff like that. But the reality of it is they're dehydrated. And because they're dehydrated, their kidneys inflamed and that presses against the walls in their back. And that's where their back pain is coming from. It's actually because they're dehydrated. Sidebar.
That's good to know. So I will let my trainer off the hook. He didn't break my back. Maybe I'm just dehydrated.
No, he did something stupid. No. Put him on the hangout. I'm gonna talk to him.
I'll make sure y'all get connected. All right, look, I got another question from the audience via text. So let me read it to you. The question is, what about post-Thanksgiving? So with leftovers, my family tends to overeat on Black Friday weekend, but we burn it during shopping, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what they told me.
What do you think of
that? That's what they told me.
Because okay, so I mean, I have to describe what goes down. Like you got to bring at least 2 plates of food home from your auntie's house. And, you take the bread, you put the stuffing on it, you put the gravy, the turkey, you just eat it all in one big sandwich. That sounds nasty, but it's good. So. All right, so what do we do post-Thanksgiving?
So here's my post-Thanksgiving tip. Get that Thanksgiving leftover rocking, but eat it for lunch. So don't eat it for dinner. Eat it because first off, you're not jumping up first thing in the morning. So technically it's like a brunch almost, So if you eat it for that brunch or lunch period, that gives you that many more hours out the day to get that through your system. So if you eat it earlier in the day, that's that many more hours your body has to burn those calories. Then like on a snack, if you do an apple or apple and a half on your snack, like while y'all shopping, because you can't eat while you're shopping because you got to keep your energy level up. Somebody gonna try to elbow you, try to get the stuff from you. So you gotta have your hands free. So if you do that apple, that fiber in that apple will help you do what you need to do in your body. The apple is a phenomenal thing to put in your system, because the reality of one apple, just how an apple is, it takes your body more energy in terms of like heat and joules of energy to burn the apple than the number of calories that's in the apple. So as an example, let's say there's, just to make it easy, there's 10 calories in the apple. Well, it takes your body 42 calories of energy to burn that apple. That's just to make the numbers easy. So, and it has fiber in it. So get that plate early in the afternoon, do an apple. And if you're a coffee drinker, a good coffee, like a high-end coffees, like a Kenyan or Colombian coffee like that, something like that. Again, that and the apple together will help, get some of the excess stuff out of your system to help you not hold on to as much.
These are some really great tips, Chuck. This is great. So, and people, let me tell you, you would pay a couple $100 per hour to get this. So you're getting it free right here.
Only because of the Workout Diva.
That's right. That's right. So, these are really great tips. One thing I want to mention to everybody is in my book, Chuck actually wrote a chapter in it, and he talks about these 3 principles of push. I'm not going to know it now just because you're asking me. The 3 P's: push, patience. What's the third one, Chuck?
Come on.
Push, patience. I don't know. I lost it.
It's all right. It can be whatever you want. Persistence. It can be whatever you want.
Thank you. Push, patience, and persistence. But anyway, he also has a number of exercises that you can use if you're getting started on your weight loss journey. It's actually a 4-week series that he has in there. Some you don't have the book, make sure you pick it up because there's some really good information in there. And he also has some tips on, from a nutrition standpoint, how do you get started? And some of the tips that he shared here, he has in the book about the times of day to eat. How do you kick off a really healthy eating plan to go along with your exercise plan too? So great tips in there. And so, all right, I have another question from the audience. So can you tell us what discipline means to you, Leanne? Okay. I'm trying to put Chuck on the spot. Now you got to put me on the spot. So discipline to me, I think about discipline in 3 different aspects: physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And right as I think about the different seasons in my journey with health and wellness, right now, the emotional discipline is really important to me. So when I first started, spiritual was extremely important because I needed something to be grounded on. And when I'm trying to wake up early to do a workout or convince myself that, I can run or jog or what have you, it's the spiritual discipline of repeating to myself, okay, I can do all things through Christ. I can do this. Right now, it's the emotional part that goes along with it. Chuck talked a little bit about stress, and I've been really learning what my triggers are with overeating, and stress is a big one. And so I've been training myself emotionally how not to let that get me off of my path. So spiritual, physical, and discipline. And I spiritual, physical, and emotional. And I really don't think you can be successful in the physical discipline if you can't get through spiritual being grounded and then also kind of emotionally, mentally being grounded. So those are my thoughts on that. Chuck, anything you want to add to that?
Well, I do. First off, if you don't have the book, you need to get it. What's the hold up? Get the book, stop playing. You got time for games. But the other thing about the fact that what Leanne brought out about the stress and the emotional eating is for us to understand that, well, look at it this way. Every food that you crave is not random. Don't think that it's just, I'm not disciplined enough, I'm not thinking hard enough about it. That's not the case. There's food scientists that their job is to figure out the proper balances of things to maximize the taste, to maximize your urge, to basically get us hooked on certain products and chemicals and stuff like that. So it's not random. Us craving food and the emotional attachment of food is not random. It's not solely something that you can't do because there's some lack in you as a person. That's not the case. You're fighting against a lot of things that you just aren't aware of as people. We all are. We just didn't realize it. So I say all of that to say it's great for you to have these disciplines and to push and try to be motivated. And just remember, don't anyone out there get down on yourselves because you're fighting against a lot of things that you don't even realize that you're fighting against. And in most scenarios, the emotional eating, for everybody, I have it, I have to fight it. Don't think that I live on some island where I'm not affected by these things. If my day gets a little too crazy, I was never a sweet person, so that's not really a thing for me. But if I'm craving sweets, for me, I know I'm very stressed, and I'm somehow not realizing that I'm stressed. So anytime I crave like a cupcake or something, I know that that's me trying to figure out how to find a pacifier to help me deal with something. So again, just don't come down on yourself. You understand that there's a full machine that's working against you getting in the best shape of your life for the rest of your life, and it's not just you. It's not that simple. So just keep fighting a good fight.
Chuck, that was awesome, and I think it's a nice way to kind of close us out. Remember, around the holidays, it's a time to enjoy your family, to enjoy your friends, to reflect on all the many blessings that you have, things to be grateful for, and give to somebody else. Not trying to preach, but that's what I'm learning myself. And so as a reminder, make sure you get the book. Weight Loss Diva. It's available on Amazon. You can get it in paperback or through your e-reader, Kindle, whatever it is. And it'll make a lovely stocking stuffer too. So yes. Chuck has a chapter, and if you want to hear more about him, you can also check him out, Instagram, Twitter. Which one of your handles, Chuck?
It's at Chuck M Fitness, and it's CM, the letter CM, sportsacademy.com.
Perfect. And make sure you also stay connected to the conversation with me and other people on Facebook, Weight Loss Diva, or on Instagram, Weight Loss_Diva, and Twitter is the same handle. So I will see you soon. This is our first one, so give us some feedback. Email me, what have you. We want to hear how it is. We want to make it better for you and give you the information that you need so you feel motivated and like you have the right tools to do this. So the next time we'll be talking about inspiration. So stay tuned and happy Thanksgiving. Bye, everybody.